Okay, this is taking me far too long to do this month, so let's deal with it live. It's May, the Humble Choice came out just before last week on Tuesday, as ever, first Tuesday of the month. The list looks kind of interesting and varied, so let's have a look. I started by installing all of these on the Steam Deck OLED, and I'll do a small update for that later. First up this month is the Thaumaturge. It's an adventure game where you use magic and find clues to uncover and solve little mysteries. It looks a bit sort of Diablo Van Helsing, where you're running around going from place to place, but you have to use some magic powers to solve what's going on in each location, and then you level up those powers. It's actually pretty good. They added turn-based fighting, which kind of puts me off the game a bit. I'm very impatient when it comes to that sort of stuff, but overall, it's pretty good. Next we have Amnesia, the Bunker. I made the mistake when playing this of missing one of the key control mechanisms, so I had to kind of loop back and play it again. I realised I missed out how the inventory system works. Once I worked that out, I could throw grenades and get past where I was stuck. The game looks like it's about 5.5 hours, so it's a good 1 or 2 session game, and plays really well on the Steam Deck, so wherever you're playing your games, you should be able to get through this. Next we have Evil West, and I really like this one. Again, I played this quite a bit on the Steam Deck. It's hack and slash and a lot of fun, so if you like what you're seeing here, then definitely give it a go.
Okay.
Next we have Shadow Gambit, the Cursed Crew. It's a bit like the A-Team in Pirates of the Caribbean. You get together a crew of cursed individuals and you go and steal magical items from the Inquisition, who are trying to kill off all of the cursed people. Seems okay. It's a stealth game, so I don't know if I have the patience for it. But visually it looks very, very nice. Also plays well on Steam Deck. In fact, all the games this month play okay on the Steam Deck. So if that's how you're currently playing your games, then perfect. Eiyuden Chronicle, 100 Heroes. It's a nice looking JRPG. It's kind of a 3D environment with a really nice depth of field and poster-board characters. So you sort of, they're almost 2D animated. You run around doing JRPG things. It has that annoying mechanic that I don't like, where even though you're a team of people, there's one of you running around a map, and then when you get to a point where something is meant to happen, it pauses, fades out, and you have your characters all appear to do some kind of turn-based combat thing. The turn-based side isn't horrible, it's just when I'm trying to go do stuff, it's annoying to have to kind of stop, start. It's not for me. I don't really have the attention span for it, but then I don't often have the attention span for a lot of the 505 games. But if you like JRPGs, then it's perfect for you. Now we have a bit of an old one. It's Star Wars Bounty Hunter from 2002, so a good 23 years ago. It's obviously had a couple of minor updates. It's still a little bit janky in the controls and camera system, as a lot of games from the early 2000s were. Especially looking at you, Soul Reaver. But the Steam Deck obviously has absolutely no problems with this. You'll be able to play at a full frame rate and run around and bounty hunter to your heart's content. It's a little annoying that there doesn't seem to be any cloud saves. Obviously, it's an old game. But I did start playing this on Steam Deck, and then when I switched to desktop I had no progress, so I kind of had to start over again to collect the footage. This next one's a little weird. Ultros. I misspelt it in my notes. Ultros, it's a hack and slash platformer. It's a bit odd, like you attack all of these strange looking creatures and harvest their organs and parts for upgrades and health. But a lot of fun on desktop, a lot of fun on Steam Deck, so a great addition. And then the last game we have is Corpse Keeper. This is a side-scrolling beat 'em up where you defeat enemies, harvest parts of their bodies to then create corpses to animate to fight in the next part of the dungeon. So you kind of go through with a set amount of enemies, you fight through them, you take like 3 zombies with you, each with their own kind of fighting skills, and then at the end you've got whatever you could harvest and carry, which you then upgrade. And yeah, it looks a little bit like in the 90s there were a lot of ray traced pre-rendered games, and it has that kind of feel, but it's obviously not. So there's a bit of a nostalgia thing going on gameplay wise. It's alright, not a bad addition. And lastly, IGN Plus. I've edited out a long and protracted rant on this. If this was offered as a regular part of Humble, so you had access to IGN Plus as part of a Humble subscription, that would make sense. Having a free month on a service that's $5 a month or $30 a year that doesn't really provide anything other than getting rid of all of the ads that contaminate their site and an unspecified number of possibly free games where it's a first come first served kind of deal for the keys that are available. The whole thing just isn't really for me. I'd rather spend the money on Game Pass or some other service that offers things that you can actually quantify and see in advance before you pay in. And ad block works just fine anyway. So that's it anyway. So going through the whole list, I think I'm going to play Amnesia the Bunker, Evil West, Ultros a little bit more, and maybe Thaumaturge a bit. But that's about it. The rest of them didn't really do it for me. Bounty Hunter, obviously I've played a load of those old games before and I don't really feel the urge to play it. It's not the best of the Star Wars games that were available at the time, so I'm not really pushed to play it. Okay. Enough rambling from me and just staring off into the middle distance because I forget I'm being filmed. If you like anything this month, let me know. I'm going to try and find time to go over some of the games that are currently available this month on things like Game Pass, things like Claire Thingamajig. Anyway, that's enough from me. You've looked at my stupid face far too long. And